How do I plot my timeline? I was watching a video and I was thinking about it. Well, how to do it as a kid, how did I do it as a preteen, and how do I do it as a teenager? So it's basically in like 3 different stages for me. My childhood timeline had to be books. My progression through the different types of books I was reading. First, I started out with, lame stuff like Goosebumps. I'm a big R.L. Stine fan, but it started with Goosebumps, and then it progressed onto Ghosts of Fear Street, then finally Fear Street. And just books. I started personal role-playing at about 8 years old. It was a reflection of what I was watching at the time. And that's actually about when the anime thing started. I was watching TV one day, and I happened to catch a new episode. The actual second episode of Pokemon ever was like all new. I know, sad, isn't it? But I started watching. I'm like, hey, this is really cool. I like it. So I started watching Pokemon. And I also, yes, this is a confession, I watched Power Rangers. I'm sorry, it was cool back then. But that's how I plotted my that's how I would plot my childhood timeline. My preteen timeline, my books got a little more sophisticated. I started reading Anne Rice and Stephen King. I started watching better anime. I think I started watching like Escaflowne and Cardcaptors, and my role playing got even more in depth. So that's how the preteen stuff went. Oh yeah, and then I had Harry Potter, and I started plotting my timeline on the releases of those. I have good memories with the 4th Harry Potter book. I really do. I would go with my mom's boyfriend at the time, Mark, when he went to his gaming group. They did over the tabletop roleplay. Well, I would be in the back room all alone reading the 4th Harry Potter book, and just sitting there with my CD player, just in my own little world in that back room. And my teenage years, that's a tough one. It's a really tough one. I think those were my most girly years. Like my 13, 14 were definitely my more girly stuff. I started realizing that there was even more anime out there to be discovered. And then I started getting introduced to the net. Yeah, for most of my life I didn't have the internet. But I started reading up on these different animes, and I realized that, hey, Gable, I can watch these. And I would stay up late and watch them on Adult Swim, and back when G4 TV, or G4, still had the Anime Unleashed, I would watch that, and that's how I got introduced to some of my favorite stuff, like Read or Die, the TV. Love that series. And I guess 15, 16, no, 16, 17. Yeah, I know, I haven't been vlogging for a while. It's when I started doing this. So with each timeline, there was a different thing to plot it, but that's how I did it. And I guess that's just a little bit about me that everybody knows now. So if you watch this, I'm not going to tell you off or anything. I actually think this was a great question. But thanks for listening. I hope I didn't bore you. Have a good day, everyone, and bye!